Good morning, morning. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to another time in the upper room, another opportunity and privilege to pray. Thanks for coming. We've been doing a study through the book of Proverbs as we lead ourselves in a place of prayer. And we're presently studying in Proverbs chapter 9, and we've been going through Proverbs chapter 9. The first 12 verses of Proverbs chapter 9 is talking about the way of wisdom, the way of wisdom, either to how to identify wisdom and to see the effects of wisdom, what wisdom does, how wisdom does things. We say the way of a thing is the way that distinguishes that thing. So we're looking at the distinguishing marks of wisdom. That's what we've been building as we look into Proverbs chapter 9, the first 12 verses. And yesterday we stopped at verse 8. We had spent some time in 7. We went into 8 yesterday. It says, "Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hates you." Don't correct those who scoff, who always see evil in everything, those who despise the truth, despise that which is right. Those who despise that which they don't understand. Don't correct someone that despises wisdom because he doesn't know the way to be grateful for it. He is blinded to that which is right, that which is true. And he might fight you. You are trying to help, but he sees you as someone that is trying to fight or take away his goodies from him or her. So the Bible is saying if you correct that person, you are not going to get any effect on that person, and that person will fight you, right? So verse 8 says, "Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hates you. He will not appreciate your correction or your loving or trying to point him in the way that is right." Right? We will see you as doing something evil to him, but rather spend your time to rebuke a wise person. Spend your time to rebuke someone who knows that he doesn't know everything, someone who is humble enough to receive that which you have. And 2 days ago, I gave the example of Jesus Christ. On the cross of Calvary, there were two teeth, so one on his right, one on his left. The one that felt too big, to take correction, the scoffer who was saying, "Oh, if really you can do all this miracle, get us free now," was not humble enough, or repentant to what he has done. He was one of those that are always looking for miracles, those that are always chasing crusade grounds, chasing revival. They are ever looking, ever chasing. They're looking for a sign. They are not looking to change their life. They are not looking to be better. They want something for nothing. They don't realize that they don't realize, now do they want to sow the seed. For them is the harvest, all about the harvest. They don't think about the need to sow seed. They don't understand or refuse to accept that their own place in their miracle, their own place in their harvest. They refuse to understand the wisdom that the most important part of every day, every second of their life is the seed they are sowing, not the harvest they are getting. Because the seed that guarantees the harvest is the seed that guarantees the miracle. But they want something for nothing. They're looking for someone that has sown seed that they can take from, because they are always in a hurry. They are always on emergency because they don't focus on the important things in their life. They don't even understand the things that are important in their life. They just do everything. They don't think. They don't use their thinking faculty. They put all their 100% on the things that are not important. They are always on emergency mode instead of them to understand the need to put 80% of their energy, their time, their resource after the 20% priorities of their life to plan and focus on the important things. No, everything is emergency. They want a miracle like yesterday, but they are not preparing for their tomorrow. They are going to retire. They don't have money put aside. They don't have plans for their retirement. They just feel that, oh, whenever it comes, okay, Sarah. They are not wise. They are not wise. But the wise, you can correct the wise. You can correct the wise, he will gain more wisdom. You can correct the wise, he will gain more wisdom. He has the heart to receive your correction. He has the basic acumen. He has the seed on the inside. He has a heart of faith. He's not a lazy heart. He's the one that's looking in him or herself, not looking outside. It's one who is ready to pay the price for the harvest, the miracle, the future that he or she wants. Though, so they need correct, they can receive correction to even make their work better. It's like that the popular thing that would say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will. Thanks for praying. Still staying on Proverbs chapter 9, verse 8. The second part that says, you know, it says, rebuke a wise man, rebuke a wise woman, and he will love you. Anyone that's wise gives heed to correction, gives heed to instruction, give heed to counsel, right? Give heed to counsel. How do I know someone that's wise? Someone that's grateful for counsel, someone that seeks the truth, someone that is not foolishly set in his or her ways, someone that knows that I only know in part. So I need to seek to know more so that what I know will become more useful. I need to know more so that what I know already will be useful, benefit me. I will not be like like a place where the water is not freely flowing. I will not hoard information. I will not hoard knowledge, but I'm receiving even as I'm giving, and there's a clearing of a stream, my stream. I'm getting clarity. I'm getting clarity about the things I already know, by the things I'm presently knowing, which helps me to know the things which gives value or increase to the things I will know tomorrow, right? So, and then that's place of wisdom. And that's why I share, I share of the little that I know. I don't come here because I know everything. I don't. I don't. I'm only 58 years old. I don't. I'm still young. I'm still young. I'm learning. I'm growing. But at the same time, I have enough rags to help my 5-year-old, my 10-year-old self, my 15-year-old self, my 20-year-old self, my 25-year-old self, my 30-year-old self, my 35 years old self, my 40 years old self, my 45 years old self, my 50-year-old self, my 55 years old self. Because by the reason of my pilgrimage, I have gained wisdom, you know. And that's why God says, and I believe it's the seventh commandment, which says, honor your father and your mother. Why? Because they have experience of life, right? They are there to be your guide. They are there to be your teacher, right? They can share with you their rags. They can share with you your rags. You don't have to reinvent the wheel of the things they have already experienced. You're going to have your own experience. Every one of us will have their own experience. We cannot avoid that. But we don't have to have a wasted experience. If someone has already experienced it, I can learn from that person's experience and do better. I don't have to start from ground zero. I can take that person's experience and gain momentum, practice what that person has already experienced, make the experience mine, and experiment on it, learn new things, and do better. I don't have to start from ground zero. I can stand from the level they have already reached, at least close to that level, and I can go further. I can see further than they ever did. I get the wisdom of many, right? As I'm sitting right here talking to you, it's not just my wisdom that I'm talking about. I'm sharing with you with right now. It's not my wisdom. It's the wisdom of the many people that I've experienced in my life. The many people I've read their books. The many people I've heard from. So when I sit here before you, I'm sitting with the experience, with the wisdom of many. I'm sitting with the experience of T.D. Jakes. I'm sitting with the experience of my pastors. I'm sitting with the experience of Napoleon Hill. I'm sitting with the experience of Hell Nightingale. I'm sitting with the experience of Jim Rohn. I'm sitting with the experience of several people that I have had to encounter by reason of life. I've learned from every one of them. I've taken from here, I've taken from there, I've used this one to clarify that. I've also had my own personal experience of life. Putting it all together makes me who I am and who I'm continually becoming, right? We too can receive it. Jesus says, my God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. They perish for lack of knowledge. You can extend it to say they perish for lack of understanding. You can extend it to say they perish for lack of wisdom. They don't have light in their life. They don't have guidance in their life. They don't have guidance in their life. They don't have a voice from behind them saying, this is the way, walk therein, because they have not given their heart to wisdom. They have not given their heart to understanding. They have not given their heart to knowledge. They have not given their heart to instruction. Let that not be you. You can be better than that, right? Your life can be better than it presently is. You can get the wisdom that you need to give you momentum in your life. Amen. God bless you. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for spending this time with me. So see you same time tomorrow, God willing. Have a great remaining of today. Bye bye. Shalom.